Hey there, Flo here. So, let's see. Okay, so today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to work on some kind of programming stuff, but, well, I don't know. So I'll just tell the short story that you might already know if you've been watching my streams, but I've been wanting to make my own Bible, and I don't mean before anybody, like, jumps in the comments and says, "How dare you?" I'm not going to actually change the text. I just want to format, do like typesetting, desktop publishing, graphic design, whatever, that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to do anything to the text itself. I already have the text. I'm going to be using the Berean Standard Bible, which is good readable translation. That's in public domain, so I don't have to worry about copyrights. So the end goal is to have a printed Bible that I've made myself, making a few layout choices, and I'll print it on paper that I have on order that will get here in a few days. And so yeah, but it's going to take me a while before I get ready to print it, because I have to format the text, like do a ton of stuff, which, I mean, for all I know, this could either be impossible or take years or something. Hopefully not, but it's just a project I'm going to attempt, and if it ends up being too difficult, then I'll reassess, but I think it is going to be difficult. I'll just have to like work through some challenges as I go. So the first thing I need to do is do some database work, and that might be all I do today, and I might not even accomplish anything because I was already trying this before. But so basically, let me get my folder open here. So I have a bunch of documents that I've downloaded, various versions of the Bible, but mostly what I'm focusing on is the Berean Standard Bible. So so I have it in a bunch of different formats, like you can kind of see here on the screen, but I have like a HTML version, which is like a web page. I have USFM, which is a standard format, like with tags and markup that Bible translators use. And USFX is similar, except that it has it's an XML type format, so it has opening and closing tags, which is probably what I will work with. And then got a Microsoft Word docx file, got a PDF, got a spreadsheet. Yeah, I have several different I got an EPUB file. I kind of wish the EPUB file would work, but so basically, I think I mentioned this already, but I want to add cross-references, and that's what I'm going to be working on today. It's just basically formatting those cross-references and choosing how many to show and stuff like that. And because of that, I think I did a little bit of research on this over the last week or so. I think the only formats that can allow me to have cross-references in the text are this USFX or USFM and USFX are almost the same. They're made by the same kind of, I don't know, company or whatever I don't know what you want to call it. Some kind of organization that does Bible translation. I'm going to use USFX because of the XML nature of it. So just to give you an idea, most people are going to find this very boring and like, not understand what I'm doing, but that's usually the case for anybody that streams development or technical stuff. So this here is what it looks like. This is the Bible text of the Berean Standard Bible. So this is excessive. Like, this is crazy. It's cool that they have all this information, but basically every single word is wrapped in a XML tag, and that's like the strong number. So if you're at all familiar with Bibles, you'll know that the strong number is basically the number to a Greek or Hebrew word. So if you're translating, it means something to you, or if you're a serious Bible study person, like a pastor or scholar, you would know that a strong number essentially references a specific word in Greek or Hebrew that you can look up and get all of sorts of information about that word when you're translating or studying. So that's what these are. They have all that information in here. For my printing purposes, I don't need any of this. So I can leave it in there. It's not going to hurt anything, or I could strip it out if I wanted to. For now, I'm just going to leave it. So basically, and it has pretty much all of this information to visually lay out the page as well. So, for example, this here, this FT tag is a footnote. So we got FR, which is like footnote reference probably. So 1:3. So this is a note from chapter 1, verse 3. And the footnote itself, which is cited in 2 Corinthians 4:6. So basically it just says this verse was referenced in the New Testament. So it's just a footnote. So what I need to do is do some research on how footnotes work in this USFX format. I can probably add them just like this one's added, which would be very easy. So we got a F tag that's wrapped around the whole thing. And we got a reference, and then we got a information in the footnote. So if I follow this format, for mine it'd probably work, but there might actually be a different kind of note for cross-references specifically. So I need to research the USFX format and see if that's the case, because if there's something to use specifically for cross-references, I'll probably add them that way. So basically, I need to add footnotes for almost every single verse, because almost every verse has cross-references. So just to give you an idea, we got so I started out with this database that I found online. That's basically, and this is also in a bunch of formats like a CSV. Well, actually I made that. I made some of these files, but generally it's a MySQL database, which I spent a bunch of time getting loaded on a local server. So we got that loaded. So that's what this is here. So I actually have several Bibles loaded in here also. Spent a bunch of time doing that. But the only one that matters for me is the BSB. So this is cool. This is the database of the Bible. So I could use this to make a website or some kind of app or something to pull up verses and do whatever I want. But so you got this ID number, which is book, chapter, verse. So we got 01 for first book of the Bible, Genesis. 001 for chapter 1 and 001 for verse 1. So you can see that this is Genesis 1:2, Genesis 1:3, Genesis 1:4, and so on. So each verse is in a row or record in the database. Then I actually did some extra work to I actually added that. I added some stuff to this to make it easier. Some of these fields weren't here, so I already did some work off stream. So the way the cross references work, I actually added this ID in there because the cross references have that same number in here. So this is the cross reference table. So we have the first column, or the first meaningful column besides the ID, is the verse that's referring, like the source. And then these last two are a starting verse and an ending verse. If it's all zeros on the second one, then it's just one verse. So this is book 19, chapter 104, verse 30. So that's actually Psalm 104:30. And just for fun, just to give you an idea of how this works, bring up my Bible program that I use. So if we go to Genesis 1:1, see, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. What is going on? So Psalm 104:30, let's see if that relates. When you send your spirit, they are created, and you renew the face of the earth. So see how that relates to creation, the beginning. So that's how cross references work. They're basically just a bunch of related verses. So you can, if you're studying a particular topic and you want to read more about that topic, you can check the cross references. So that's how that works. Another one is Psalm 134:3, which is this record right here. Psalm 134:3. Oh, that's a short chapter. Is it really only 3 verses in Psalm 134? Anyway, so may the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth, bless you from Zion. So it's referencing creation here, the maker of heaven and earth. So that's how it relates to Genesis 1:1. So yeah, you can see that, why does it keep doing that? So all of these, actually everything you see here is still talking about Genesis 1:1. I think there's like 48 cross references just for the first verse of the Bible, which is too many. Like if I were to put all of those references at the bottom of a footnote, it would fill, like more than half the page. So I have to decide how many cross references maximum I want to show for each verse. And then I have to come up with a attractive readable format for the cross references. So I was already working on that. So basically I had to write this big ol' SQL statement to convert this numeric data into a human readable reference. And so I came up, I'm still not done, but I came up with this query. Let's see if I can find it here. So this is the query I'm working on. I'm not an expert at SQL, but this is probably one of the more advanced queries I've written in my life. So basically this huge thing will give me, if I run this query, it errors out. That's right, I'm working on it. So I have to fix that today. That's what I'm going to be working on. But I have this other one here that does basically what I want. I just was working on a new version of it. So here's the one that works. So this is what it gives me. See how it has the verse, and then it has nicely formatted references. So it basically converts all of those numbers that look like this here. Oops. These numbers, the ID numbers, it expands them out to be the actual references. So what I want to do, this is crazy advanced SQL in my opinion. Maybe somebody else would be like, oh, that's easy. Yeah, genius. It's not for me. So what I want it to do is I want it to combine all of the... So I need to put them in order as they appear in the Bible, and then I want it to combine all of the ones that have the same book name. So see how here's a Revelation, here's another Revelation. Yeah, there's like a bunch of Revelations. So here's what I would want it to do. I want it to be like Revelation 3:14, 22:13. May as well have them in order too. I haven't decided if I want them in order or not though, because currently they're actually by relevance, by rank, because in this cross-reference database, this number here, this number 10 here, that's a rank. And the higher the rank, the bigger that number is, the more relevant the passage is. So, for example, if I sort by this, and then by this. Wait a minute. Oh, I know. This is where I was having trouble. I was trying to write a statement that ordered them by rank. Apparently I didn't get that working, but okay, let's just go back to how we had it here. We got quite a few verses. Let's show more on a page. How do we do that? Let's do like 100 per page. Okay, so if I go all the way to the bottom, I don't even know how these are sorted. It's random. Okay, this one has a rank of 52. That's a pretty high number. So we got 58, 11, 3. So what's the 58th book? I wonder if, oh, I know, there's an easier way to do it. What was that again? 58, 11, 3. I need to remember that. I can look in this table here. Oh, nice song. Batman Returns. Hebrews 11:3. Is that what it was? Hebrews 11:3. Let's look that up. It's probably like even more relevant. Unless I misremembered the number. No, it's completely the wrong number. I forgot. There's a massive bug in Windows 10 on the Alt tabbing. Like it doesn't work. Let's see. Could my memory be that bad? 11:3, that's right. 58, maybe. Okay, let's see. Go. Hebrews. What? Wait, Isaiah chapter 58 equals... Oh. Wait a minute. Anyway, somebody doing biblical numerology. I don't really believe in that stuff so much. Let's see. That's weird. Hebrews. Oh, I was looking at the wrong verse. Okay. By faith we understand that the universe was formed at God's command so that what is seen is not made out of what was visible. So that's very related to Genesis 1:1. So yeah, the higher the rank number, the more connected it is with the verse. And these ranks have been made by users. Like a bunch of people can vote on it. And so the more votes that a verse gets, the higher it gets bumped up in the list, which I think is really cool. So yeah, what I want to do is sort them by rank so that the most relevant one is at the front. So basically I have this challenge where I'm trying to come up with what I have here is this p less or equal than a 12. Basically what I'm trying to do is only show 12 cross references per verse because like I showed, Genesis has way too many. So if I think this might still work. If I take this inner select, this might give me the part that actually still works. Nope. That's weird. What is this? Wow, I must have really messed up this query. Oh, wait a minute. I'm surprised that doesn't work. Maybe that's the reason it... Yeah, that's some massive errors. Unexpected token near B or B, B, A, blah, blah, blah. Huh. I thought some of this used to work. Okay, anyway, I need to obviously work a lot on this. I wonder if this one works. It does work. That's actually pretty cool. So this one, this is a very useful query. It takes every single cross-reference and produces this human readable reference. So kind of what I want to do is I sort of want this reference here to be permanently stored in the cross-reference as an extra column here. So I think what I'm going to do is actually try to write a query that inserts that extra column. Let's see, I could just add the column right here. I'm very rusty with programming stuff because I don't do it anymore. I haven't done it for like 8 years, so... Let's see, so I need to add a new column. Give it a varchar, and there shouldn't ever be a reference that's over like really, I mean they're probably all under like 16 characters, but I'll just make it a little bit bigger than it needs to be. Does it say AI oh, auto increment. I'm like, what? AI comments? Okay. So now there's an extra column there. So basically I need to write a big ol' SQL query that translates this numeric gobbledygook to those human readable references, which I have the query that makes the references. I just need to figure out how to convert that into an insert or update, I guess. Update command, which is going to take me a while to figure out. Let's see. But I should be pretty close already. So it's annoying that I don't remember this kind of stuff, but like I already have that query that makes these cool references, but how do I get those in as an update? I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. I hate these cookie things. I think that's Europe's fault. Ruined the internet by having those cookie things pop up on every website. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so let's see. It's the worst sound effect I've ever heard. How long is that? Okay, good, it's almost over. It's been way too long since I've done SQL, so this stuff is a little bit cryptic looking to me. Most people that would watch my stream would be like, that's a bunch of junk. So I'm right there with you. It'll take me a while to figure this out because I haven't done it in a while. Okay, it looks like I can do it this way. And this is probably a better way to do it if you really know your SQL, but I'm a little bit rusty, so I think this right here will work. So let's see. Let's take this.
Just call me Mr. Butterfingers.
Hey, Hi-Res, how's it going? Greetings, Sefler. Greetings to you as well. Little SQL action going on. Yeah, do you know SQL? Let's see, update, cross-reference table. Sorry, I need to look at my DLive. I can't remember. Oh, it's an ice cream. Okay, thanks for the ice cream. I couldn't remember what my alerts are all about. Been ages since I've... You don't know SQL, I just know of it. Oh yeah, that's something. A lot of people would have no idea. These developer coding streams don't usually do too well. Some of the most underwatched streams on the internet, so I don't really expect much action on this kind of stuff. But apparently SQL is a high-res magnet though. Now I know how to get you out of lurk mode. Alright, so... Okay, just a little bit of documentation there so I know what I'm doing here. Okay. So I don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need that. All I need from here is the human readable Bible reference. Okay, so that's just this here. Okay. I could probably actually delete all of that. Actually, of course I can. Let's just get rid of all this. Actually, I might need this one. Let's leave that one. Let's just see what this does as it is. My prediction is that it will give me the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 8 number ID for the verse in the first column, and then that human readable reference in the second column, if I did this right. Let's see. Probably messed it up somehow. But we'll just, yeah, I messed it up somehow. Okay. Non-column or rank in order clause. Oh, okay. Of course. PID. Technically, I don't need that. I can just do this. What's the BID? I don't know if this will work, but let's try it. I guess let me think about this here. Let's just keep those in there. I don't need to get rid of them. CRR. Okay. So if we put this down here, then it should work. I can get rid of all this again, I think. So let's leave this one up here. Get rid of all this. Alright, let's see if this works. Ha! Probably not, but I might be getting closer. Alright, it works. So yeah, we just got the numeric reference and then the human readable reference there, so that's good. Technically, I don't need this either. Actually, let's just leave that in there, but comment it out. sure it still works and all. Oh shoot, I'm not looking at my chat. Sorry about that. I had my chat completely covered. You're probably long gone. I don't know if you're still here. If you are, let me know and I'll answer your question. Okay, let's see. Alright, let's get that over here. Okay, so yeah, that just returns the column I want to insert. So if I put that in parentheses and say where ID equals the other thing, then it should work. So update this. Update cross reference set ref equal to and we put a parentheses around this. And we say where it's the same table name, so that could be a problem. Let's call this one Crowder. Cross-reference BID equals CR.BID. Okay, this might or might not work. It's one of those things that I don't think it will mess anything up. What it might do is, like, I think the worst case scenario is that it would add the same record into all of them, but I don't think it'll mess up anything existing. But it might be a good idea to back up the database just in case. Okay. I have no idea if this will work, honestly. What if I do, I'm just gonna try it. I don't have a clue if it'll work. I honestly don't, because I don't remember anything. Let's look at this example code again. Yeah, I have no idea if this will work, but it seems somewhat logical, so I'll try it. There it goes. Nope. Alright. Subquery returns more than one row. Okay. I have a vague idea of why it's doing that. I think... This is one of those chicken before the egg, cart before the horse kind of logical problems. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. Let's see. Where this equals that and okay, let's see if that works. Fingers crossed. Ooh, what is it gonna do? Oh, no, it's doing something. Thing is, there's 340,000 cross-reference records, so this could either like time out and fail, or it could take a really long time. I think it's... Oh, it looks like it did something. Did it work? Ooh, it worked. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so now I have human readable references all filled out in that column. That's cool. So now I don't have to do all that extra garbage SQL every time I want to pull one of these references. That's a massive benefit. So I can really simplify my queries now. I'm pretty confident those are all right because every single one I'm looking at looks correct. Romans 1, 19 to 20. Yep. That's cool. Makes me want to throw a party whenever I write a good piece of code because, as you can see, it takes several attempts. So I'm like kind of guessing, but sort of making an educated guess. Alright, so that works. I don't need that query anymore, but I'm going to leave it there just because it might help me later if I need to do something similar. I just keep a text file of like things that I've tried. So I mean, I'm not going to remember all this junk. So it helps me form other ideas when I'm trying to work on something else. So that's cool. So now I can probably rewrite a query. See, so all of this junk here, like all of this code right here, which is nasty, is what created those references. So I can just get rid of that. And just type ref. It's way better. Doo-dee-doo. Not sure why this query doesn't work, honestly. Oh, I can get rid of a lot of stuff. I don't need to join anymore because the whole reason I did a join was to pull in the book names, because as you can see here, this table doesn't have the book names in it. So in order to get that PS and the PR and the MK, all of that, I had to pull in the book info. So now I don't need to do that anymore. I think all of the information I need is in the single table now, which is nice. Oh, yeah, of course it doesn't work. I've never done a window query before. I don't even know what that means, but I was looking up the only way to limit results within a aggregate statement, like a group on type thing, is to use a window function, or at least that's it might not be the only way, but it's a way that is fairly modern and supposedly easy to read. But when I haven't read up on it because I've never used one before, so when I was looking at the code, I'm like, hey, doesn't make any sense to me, but I was just trying it. That's what this with thing is, with as. I don't know how to do that junk, so I'm gonna get rid of this until I figure that out. So in theory, this should work. title short. Okay, I still have some leftover junk that I can get rid of. Actually, don't really need any of this stuff. Alright, so we got the calling reference, got the rank, book ID, which I don't know that I know that. I mean, I don't, actually, yeah, I should leave that there. Okay, ideally what I would do here then is maybe create a whole different table that instead of having one record per verse that's cross-referenced, I would have one record per calling verse and have all of the references in one field. That's kind of the goal. I like having them separate here, and I'll use this, but for my eventual purpose, I need to have... Actually, I don't know. I guess I'll keep them separate, but I need to write a query that combines them, basically. I need them to be separate. So I'll probably have to wrap each reference in a XML tag and do a bunch of other stuff, so I need to keep them separate. But I do need to write a query that combines all the junk. think I'll turn my music up because I don't think I'm going to talk that much unless somebody comes in chat. Because it's kind of boring to just speak all of my thoughts out loud. So I'll just let anybody that is lurking listen to the music more or less. Wouldn't it be nice if this worked? Nope. What do we got? Oh, haha. Okay, we got something here, but this is basically as far as I got before. And I could just use this, but it's not perfect. I want it to be perfect. I'm not convinced these are sorted by rank. So we can test that, or see if it's... Let's take out this limit thing here and see if it gives us all of them. Yeah, so, I mean, I wish I could put all of these. Oh, hey, Honest Cake, like the music, yeah, same here. It's the only kind of music I listen to, especially when I stream. It's 16-bit music from Super Nintendo and Genesis. So yeah, this would be cool if I could put all of these references, but that's too many. I mean, I would love to have all of these in my printed Bible, but half the page probably would just be these cross-references. So to be reasonable, I thought I would show the top 12 by rank, sorted by rank. And that's my challenge. I'm trying to figure out how to sort them by rank. So let's look at the first 12 here. These are currently sorted by rank, I think. But when I try to limit it to 12, everything gets messed up. This is what I should get, these 12, if it's working properly. If it is, it'd be awesome, but I doubt it. Be so cool if it was working though. I don't think. It is. What? It is working. It's exactly the same. Okay, so I thought I had to do a window query, which was like something I'd have to learn because I don't understand it. But it looks like it's working. Let me verify that though. Let me see. How would I verify that? Wait a minute, no. This is ordering them by... Wait, what? Okay, let's try this. Concat. wild guess. I don't know if that'll work. Let's just see if it does. Okay, so they are not sorted by rank. That's what I thought, though. So what I did here is I made it rank dash reference, and like this is a number 9. If it was sorted by rank, the highest rank would be at first, and there's like somewhere in there here there's like a rank 40 something or 50 something. So they are not sorted by rank. I know. Let me see if I can figure out why. Oh, because I didn't sort them by rank. I think if I sort them by rank, it doesn't work though. Okay, those are sorted by rank and it seems to be working, but when I limit it to 12, I think it breaks down. So let's see. 1, 2... Okay, I think that's 12. That looks identical to me, so what's the problem here? Or do I have it solved already? I feel like that's too good to be true if it's working. So I think it'll work if I sort them by rank. However, what I really need to do is something very complicated. I need to sort them by rank on the inner select so that only the first 12 by rank are selected, but then I need to resort them by what order they appear in the Bible so that I can group the ones together that have the same book name so that I can get rid of a few characters. So what I mean by that, I was about to explain this earlier, but let me, before I do that, let me get rid of the concatenation thing. Actually, before I do that, I want to leave that in there because I might need that later. I never used to do this, but I'm leaving a bunch of comments in there so that I can change things up if I need to. So I could just leave this as it is, but it seems like wasteful since I'm gonna want to try to optimize the amount of space that each entry takes up in the bottom of the footnote. So this is what it looks like without doing any optimization, but if I optimize it, I can make it a little bit shorter. It's not a huge amount, but okay, so that's fully optimized. All of the combined books are together, so I don't say Hebrews twice or whatever. I think when I did a couple test optimizations on this, like I did this same exercise on several different examples, and it looked like it was about 15% savings on the number of characters, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is something. Because if I'm trying to make this take up as little amount of space. Oh, sorry, Wolves Gone Camping. Hey, man. I don't hear the beeps anymore. It's really annoying. This is SQL, by the way, but you're probably gone by now because it was like 8 hours ago that you left that comment. Let's see. You're here chilling, nice. I entice people with the music and then I do boring stuff to... It's like I either scare them away or force them to stay. It's kind of an oxymoron. Paradox. It's too bad that Hi-Rez left because I was gonna do something, but he's gone. Probably have the worst 8-bit music on Kick. It's awesome. I like 8-bit music, 8 and 16-bit music. This is actually 16-bit, I think. Thing is, I have all of the 16-bit music. Like, I literally have every single track from every game ever made for Genesis and Super Nintendo, so it's a mixed bag of awesome with not so awesome, but I like it because it introduces me to new songs that I've never heard before. There's literally like, let me check. There are 6,159 tracks. That's pretty nice selection. Do I have the tune for Crazy Cars 2? Is that for, what system is that for? I guess it's possible I don't have everything. That's probably an exaggeration. Oh, Amiga. I don't have Amiga music, unfortunately. Dude, I think that's like I think every time you ask me about something that's related to Amiga, having a massive flashback, like we've had a similar conversation. You asked me about some game, like back when I was doing the sprite animation stuff, you asked me about an Amiga game, but I have no idea what it was. You grew up with Amiga? Nice. Yeah, I had Commodore 64 when I was a kid, but not Amiga. That was Sega. Okay. But no, I don't have that. Wonder Boy in Wonderland. I should have that. Of course, my playlist is randomized, so even if I click on one, it will like jump out of... It'll only jump out of random mode for temporary purposes. God, my list is so big I can't even scroll through it. I don't mind, I was checking your mental database. Please continue digital. Continue digital. But yes, here is the islands level from Wonder Boy. I don't remember how to take my list off random. Let's see. Way back. Oh, maybe it's not on random. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the sorting these and getting rid of the duplicate book names is justifiable. I mean, if it only, like in this case, it only got rid of a few characters. Let's see, we got 115 compared to 123. What's that? So that's only a 7% savings on that one, but when I was testing it earlier, there was seemed like an average of about 13 to 15%. So are we making a crypto coin or not? Going nowhere coin? Go for it. I don't know how to do that stuff. How are you doing on your crypto, by the way? Is it just making a profit? And don't be insulted, like, I don't know. I'm assuming you're probably doing fine, but some people lose, some people win, some people lose, you know? So if I don't decide to try to get rid of the duplicate book names, I'm already there. Like I have what I want. Crypto is up good. I'm not a winner at crypto, but I should be if I had money. Gotcha. Yeah, I have zero money to invest, so I would never even think about it. Oops. Maybe I should just be satisfied with this. I don't think it's going to save that much space if I get rid of the duplicates. Like this one is a good example of one that would save a bit of space. Let me just check this one for fun. So it looks like there's a lot of duplicate psalms here. You are well smart. How much you want to program a coin? Dude, I'm not smart at all. I'm literally terrible at programming. I got so burnt out with my programming career that I just quit like 8 years ago, and I almost have panic attacks whenever I try to write code. It's been long enough now that I sort of am not quite as whatever. I don't have as much of a mental block as I used to, but it's still not good. And I was never that good, honestly. I was just kind of a hack. I learned everything myself. I didn't go to any like classes, so I wasn't like a world-class developer ever in my best day even. Okay, so 38 Job 26 10. Okay, so that's how much it saves. I feel like it's not saving that much space if I combine these. It's not enough to really care, I think. Unless I get rid of the spaces between the same books as well, which I could do that. Wouldn't be as easy to read that way, but okay, so that's maximum savings there. I need a programmer that is not good. Yeah. I'm not a programmer. Not anymore. Dude, you should... Aren't you friends? Are you friends with, what's his name? Vampire Frog? Vampy? Seems like you've... I'm sure you're at least aware of him, but I feel like maybe you guys are friends. He's actually a good programmer. You should talk to him. I'm not a good programmer at all. Especially since I don't do it anymore. You can pay in heaven as well. You've seen him on DLive. Yeah, I mean, you should talk to him though. Like, if you really want some programming thing, he's the guy to talk to. I'm not smart. I haven't seen him much lately. I don't know what he's up to. Okay, so even that is not a huge amount of savings. 104, 121. So that's like 85%, so that's like a 15% or 14% savings. So just to give a visual on that, let's just give a kind of a visual cue on that. So how do we do that? So let's do 1, 2. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't even count because I'm like hitting the button faster than I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then let's take this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's pretty insignificant. I mean, so this one is how many lines? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 lines. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's only 1 line less. I feel like that's not a huge difference, like enough to worry about. Programming database and can't count. Yeah, I know. You have a brilliant app idea. Yeah, I am not your guy. I'm serious. I literally hate programming. The only reason I'm doing this is because I have a project that I really want to do, so I have to like force myself to do a little programming to get it done, but I really don't like it. I hate it so much that I stopped doing that for my job, and I'm literally poor and in massive debt and would rather work at McDonald's than do that. And I can't even get a job at McDonald's or any other place. I've been looking for work for a long time and can't get any work, but I'd rather do anything else but this. SQL is your main language? No. Back when I used to do programming, I would do HTML, CSS, PHP, MySQL, ASP, XML, JSON. That's mostly it. Apart from English, yeah. I should have caught that. But it's been so many years that I've kind of forgotten most of that stuff. Oh, and JavaScript. But yeah, get a job anywhere. Not really. Like I said though, I was always kind of a hack. Like, there's certain things that I just didn't understand very well back then, and so like I couldn't really work on teams because people would write their code a certain way, and I would just look at it and see gibberish or not really do well to maintain code the same way they would want to. So the only reason I had a job for quite a few years is because I worked for a small company and I was the only guy that did the coding there, so I could write it however I wanted. I didn't have to like keep up on all the latest coding habits, standards and stuff. So that's how I made it by. But having to actually learn all the latest trends and stuff, that just like gives me a panic attack to even think about it. I hated it. But a bit of everything and not all the bytes. Yeah, I hate programming. I stopped HTML when CSS and Flash arrived. Oh yeah, that's funny. It makes you sound really old, you know. But I know you're not nearly as old as I am. Testing. Okay, we're good. Really? Huh. Oh, you're older than I thought. You don't look that old. You look good for your age. That's not that old, but I'm still probably older than you. I'll neither confirm nor deny it. Okay, let's see. I'm a stud, balding stud. Yeah. Of course, I haven't seen you in a while, so maybe you like look super old now, but it hasn't been that long. It's probably only been like maybe a year or something. Are you still like streaming at all? Like, do you intend to stream at all, or are you kind of done with that? I removed the dreads and grew a beard. Well, I've seen you since you had the beard. You had like a giant beard. I don't remember you having dreads last time I saw you. I didn't know you had dreads. But I knew you had a huge beard. Okay, let's see. I think I'm okay with this. Like, I'm okay with the fact that these are duplicated. Also, if I don't try to get rid of the duplicates, they'll be sorted by rank. So the very first one will be the most cool verse. So Hebrews 11:3. yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. It's probably only about 10% length savings, which is not a huge amount. And it's a lot of work to try to get it to sort properly and get rid of all the duplicate book names. So I think I'm gonna leave it how it is. And then I don't have to do a bunch of extra junk. So, let's see. That's good news. I am thinking of starting now when the temperature gets above freezing point. I want to show camping spots with views, short streams. That would be cool. Have you ever streamed on Kick? Like, first of all, have you ever streamed on Kick? And then second of all, have you done like a significant amount of IRL on excuse me, on Kick? There's a pretty good crowd for IRL streams. I don't know how to make it though on Kick. I feel like Kick is dying. And with a big asterisk on that, like Kick isn't dying. What I mean is it's dying for small creators already. Like when I first started on Kick, I got all sorts of people dropping by. And I got quite a few followers, but like right now I get like 1 follower every 100 streams, maybe. And I like sometimes I'll go weeks without a single comment on Kick, so it feels like it's really not good for small streamers anymore. No, I'm saving this account for proper content. What's proper content though? DLive is basically dead. Like, it's still there, but like, it's actually I wouldn't say I get even less people on DLive because I still have friends there that might say hi from time to time. I haven't gotten any followers for a very, very, very long time though. Actually, somebody followed just the other day, but prior to that, it was like a very long time. I feel like I know what a big part of it is. Even my friends don't even like watching my stream anymore because I do mostly Bible content, and most people are very turned off by that, which I totally understand. I kind of knew that was going to happen, and I'm okay with it because I want to do what I want to do. But I was born in DLive and never watched a single stream until I found DLive. Been laughing about people watching others play games. Yeah, I mean, I'm basically the same story. The only difference is I streamed for a very brief time on YouTube until I realized how much it sucked because of copyright stuff, and then found DLive. So yeah, prior to that I'd never watched a stream either. I thought it was weird, like who would watch people playing games? But I'd rather play a game than watch somebody play a game. Now I'm doing it. Yeah, I know, same. Okay, now I was the same. I was like, why would somebody watch someone play a video game when they could play the game themselves? That's what I always used to think when I heard about streaming. And now I'm like all about it, except that I don't really watch that stuff. But yeah, you need to be total organized with pictures and editing to hit on YouTube. I mean, you can do everything right, and most people will fail. Like just as an example, like the production value of what I'm doing here is probably in the top 95 percentile or higher for developer streams or streams of most type. And I don't mean to brag, but like, you know, I'm not just like capturing my screen and that's it. I have a bunch of like graphical stuff, got music, got a decent camera, got lighting, you know, all this fancy stuff. It literally doesn't make any difference. It's all about either luck, you gotta make the right connections, or you just have to be more interesting, which I know I'm not. I've never been interesting, so I just gave up on all that a long time ago. I just do it for fun and don't care if I succeed. Too stressing. Same as with streaming now. Hey Leo, thanks for the lemon over there on DLive. Speaking of DLive, yeah, Leo is pretty much my entire audience on DLive at this point in time. So I'm saying you should start program Kick. Community coin, be top 3 on Kick. Nope. Literally, like, I mean, even like just you look at someone like Gives a Minute, for example, he's producing great content. He has all the energy and funny humor, and you know, he's more worldly than I am because he, you know, does like drinking streams and stuff. Usually all of that stuff makes you popular, and I'm not saying he's not popular, but he's not exactly a huge streamer, and he should be. Like, I think his content deserves it. So it's really just a game of luck, a game of chance, or I don't even know what it is. The only thing that Gives doesn't have is that he's kind of older, and most people want to see young, beautiful type people. And he's, you know, he's not ugly or anything, but it's just stupid. Like, I just feel like basically, honestly, you have to just be a degenerate to be a successful streamer these days. It's sad. Must be some shadow ban of some kind. I definitely feel like I've been shadow banned on Kick. Like, I used to get quite a bit more random views, and nowadays it's like almost nothing. I wouldn't be surprised if some platforms actually shadow ban just because I'm doing like Bible stuff these days that's not very liked by most platforms. But I don't know. I don't really care though. I care more about seeing my friends succeed. I don't care if I succeed. I gave up on that literally like 3 or 4 years ago when I realized it's not possible. But yeah, it's annoying to me when I see someone who's doing something really cool, and I've been following them for years, and it's like they still haven't like grown much. It's like annoying to me. Because you see the people that are succeeding, it's like, what in the world? Why is this popular? But it's basically you have to gear all of your stuff toward like 13-year-olds, which I have no interest in doing. So I couldn't care less about the Bible, but I care about you and your skills. No, I know, I appreciate it. I don't think I could probably list on one hand people that I know in the entire world that have any interest in what I'm actually doing, so I get it. But I don't care. Like, I don't do my streams to get a crowd or get a following. I do it because I want to do it. I understand what you were doing. Yeah, so in case you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, is regarding what I'm doing like right at this moment. I'm trying to make my own Bible text because I discovered this public domain Bible text that I can read on my stream without getting any, you know, copyright strikes or whatever. And I also want to print one using that text, so I'm kind of formatting Bible with a bunch of extra features that I want, and then I'll print it on my printer, and then I'll bind it with my bookbinding skills. So that's kind of what I'm starting today. I'm just doing the boring part of it where I just work with the text and junk. But next time you put drug names instead of Bible verses in the crowd will write. I mean, that's exactly right. That's what you have to do. Like if I had a inappropriate picture of a beautiful woman on my stream, I would get more views, but it's just, that would literally like rot my soul. I have no interest in doing that kind of stuff. I don't want followers if that's what it takes. Plus, I don't want followers. Like, to me, follower means disciple. Like, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, for example. I don't want somebody to follow me. So I actually don't really want big following or fame or fortune or any of that stuff. Okay. So now that I think I've decided that I'm happy with these things. next step is to figure out how to get the footnotes in the right place. So basically what I have to do next is study the USFX format, because I don't know much about it. Which I've looked into it a little bit, but it's like crazy complicated, so... Ugh. Like basically I have to read up these documents, or possibly better yet, I have to find an example of a text that has the stuff I need already and then just copy what they're doing. Okay. Wonder if I can just search in here. Cross-reference. Let's look for cross-reference. Okay, P-type X. I have no idea what that means. I hate reading these kind of technical documentations. They're like, I guess if you're really into looking at this kind of documentation often, it might look readable, but to me this is just a bunch of junk. Like, I have no idea what I'm looking at, so I have to spend like hours reading, just looking at this with a blank stare on my face, just like anyone that's watching my stream and looking at this and seeing a bunch of text and boxes and lines on the screen. That's literally what I see as well, so you're in good company. And it takes me a long time to like figure out what I'm looking at. I'm an objective guy, at least I think that myself, haha, so for me categorization is my hyper focus. Nice. Yeah, you'd probably, if you had the programming skills, you'd probably do really well on a project like this. I'm super detail oriented and I can turn on like a 0-1 on-off switch. I can turn off perfectionism when desired, and currently I'm in the perfectionism mode, but I'm also kind of in the brain dead mode because I haven't coded for so long, so it's like self-defeating. Like I want to do a really good job, do it right, and I can't because my brain isn't working, but basically everything related to programming that I do now is a means to an end. Like I want a result, but I don't want to do the programming, and I'm not really enjoying the process of it, but I'll do it because I really want this result, and it's kind of fun, but not the part that I'm doing right now. This is irritating, but I can't understand anything. I'm copy paste Python projects. That's it. That's something though. That's what I did a lot of too. Like, and if most developers are honest with themselves, they do a lot of copy and pasting and then just edit the code to make it work for their project, which I did that a lot with JavaScript. Like, I was never like super good at JavaScript, so I would just do Google searches for specific problems and then grab the code and read it through a million times until I understand it, and then modify it as needed. Open sourcing. Yeah, like this, I'm literally looking at this and I have no clue what I'm looking at. It's like a bunch of junk. This is garbage. I hate this document. Like, I literally don't know what to look at. I just want example code of like an XML I just want an example code. I don't want all this junk family tree thing looking at. I never learned XSLT, which is like the language that you use to transform XML into other data formats, which is what this stuff is here. And I might have to sort of learn it if I really want to get this project to a certain level, because I think I will need to do some XSLT transformations, which like, I don't like it at all. I can't stand it. I'm not going to look at this document anymore. It's literally the least helpful thing I've ever seen. But let me see if I can find example code. It annoys me that there's no good search engine. Like, it actually annoys me that Bing has become one of the better search engines because of their artificial intelligence inclusion. Google has been bad for years. Like, I can't stand Google. The search results are so bad. But there isn't really a good search engine. Like DuckDuckGo, I use it just because it's supposedly more privacy oriented, but I don't think it is anymore. I think that's been proven to be false. And the search results are usually kind of crap on DuckDuckGo. Yeah, there's just no good search engine anymore. I do, yeah, that's what I normally use, but the search results are not very good. Like, Bing is like a laughing stock. Like, nobody uses Bing, but it actually, when they added the whatever it's called, the AI thing to it, it actually got a lot better, like significantly better. It gives a lot of hits that you never get on Google. That could be, I don't know. But I just feel like the top results are not usually what I'm looking for. But they're not really on Google anymore either, so I feel like there's just no good search engine. Somebody needs to come up with, basically somebody needs to go back to the old days where they index the entire internet and give things a rank based on content alone. That's it. There's no buying into it. You can't skew the results based on special interest groups or political reasons or money. It's just literally a good search engine. And I don't think that's ever going to happen anymore. It's been like since the 90s since we've had something that's actually good, that's not skewed by various things. I read that our problem today is our cables. Oh, I don't know. Could be, I don't know much about it. Today's standard is not fast enough for all the data that's being processed these days. Interesting. Look. It's crazy. Doesn't seem like that would affect search results that much. I don't think there's an opening or a possibility for a good search engine to pop up, because it does cost a lot of money. Like, they have to have massive databases and servers and junk, and you can't really compete with Google on that front. They actually have like huge server farms, you know, all over the world. So I just feel like it doesn't seem possible for anyone to break into that market anymore. Think of all the routers with TP cables. Yeah, I never knew much about networking. That was kind of a weakness of mine. People always think, oh, you're a web designer, can you come help set up my wireless network? I'm like, nope, I don't know anything about that. It's like IT and development and design. There's like no crossover whatsoever. Usually, it's like two different skill sets. Unfortunately, it seems like there's not that many websites about this technology. I think it's very specialized for a particular use, and there's like one website, maybe two, that have any information on it. I'm a computer potato. I can use all general. I didn't know potatoes could use all general. They are advanced CIA agents and can manipulate the minds of all the military generals. That's how I'm reading that. I didn't know potatoes were capable of such advanced deception. So basically what you're saying is potatoes are the deep state. can't find any good documentation on this stuff. I think my best bet is to, like, potatoes are everywhere, I know. I actually had some potatoes. I made this random hodgepodge of soup today for lunch, and it actually turned out really good. Just threw in a bunch of veggies into this cumin soup base stuff, and then added some curry powder to it, and it actually turned out really good. I don't like to cook at all, and I don't usually do well with it, but the soup turned out nice. Not that you were wondering, but I was wondering to myself about it or something. Okay, so basically look up the dish, beta soup. Terry Williams, what are these queries? So basically I have a database of a bunch of cross-references for, I don't know if you're familiar with Bible stuff at all, but basically I'm working on making my own Bible that has cross-references on the bottom. So like in this case, I have Genesis 1:1, which is what that code represents, and all of these verses references here relate to that verse. Genesis 1:2 has these. So basically I'm trying to write a bunch of code to give me cross-references for every verse in the Bible so that I can print them out on the bottom of the pages of the Bible text. And yeah, it's a big project and I'm not doing well with it. Making red strings in the whole Bible. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Saw some relational database type deal. Yeah. So it's relational database, so I'm using MySQL for the database, but the actual data is in XML format. So like this is the Bible itself. So this is like Genesis 1:1, like right here. So basically I have to get the cross-references spit out into XML and inserted at the bottom of each verse. And then I have to get like a link, like a little numbered link at the end of each verse, and then somewhere below I have to create a footnote that has the cross-reference information in it. And then I'm going to use some kind of desktop publishing software to pick up all of that and spit it out on the page properly. But yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt. CIA Bible project. Indeed. Potatoes. Potatoes are everywhere. But yeah, so this is the, I have a nicely formatted Bible already that I'm going to use, which is this here. Where is it? Like, my job could be done if I didn't care about adding all the cross-references. Because I have this in, like, Microsoft Word format, so I can, like, change the stuff if I want to. But so here's what the Bible looks like that I'm working on. I didn't make this or anything. This is just provided by the publisher. And so I want to insert like these kind of, see how there's like a little A here and a B here. I want to do something similar, but they'll probably be numbers or something. And then at the bottom of each page, it'll list all of those verses that I'm working on. So yeah, that's the end goal. It will take a very long time because I'm slow and out of practice with coding stuff, so my brain is kind of blank at this point. I think I kind of have the pattern here though. I could just not be picky about it and do it exactly how I see here, but I kind of want to do it in the proper way. So all of this XML here is a format called USFX. It's a XML schema made specifically for translating Bibles into different languages. So every tag has a specific purpose and meaning. So this is a footnote right here, what I'm looking at right there, or somewhere. FR, okay, so from F to this right here is the code for a footnote. Like right there. So I could just use the footnote code, but I think there's also specific code for a cross-reference, and I'm trying to find that information, but I can't seem to find it on the website for this documentation of this format. If I could find out how to format a cross-reference, I would use that instead of a footnote, because the other thing I can do is I could add all of these footnotes into the code, and I could send the resulting file back to the publisher, and they'd probably appreciate it. So that's kind of why I'm trying to do it the proper way, because then other people working on similar projects could benefit from the work that I do, not just myself. But I don't know. I could also contact somebody. I hate this documentation though. Like I look at this and I literally can't read it. It's just too junky. Okay, this is what I want. That's actually what I want, is example codes like that. So maybe I should look for example codes of a cross-reference. Maybe I just didn't scroll down far enough to get the example code. Was a lot of scrolling. Search Google for the example code. Actually, that's a good point. That's one of the reasons that Bing has gotten so much better. Because it literally has like USF next. It has a code pilot built in, so it sometimes comes up with actual code, but and if I was part of ChatGPT, like I paid for a subscription for ChatGPT, it might be able to come up with something, but I think this is such a obscure language that it might not have enough information about it. But I mean, you can see it's like giving me massive amounts of information. It's just not, so far it's not actually giving me what I need. Code from the document example. I think what would be a good idea is to find another Bible that has cross references already in the code. The problem is the only Bibles I'm going to find this USFX formatted XML code for are ones that are open source, like King James Version or other free ones. And none of those have cross references in them that I doubt. Recognize similar posts to the whole code. Help me a lot with Python. Putting all blah, 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 blah. I just paste the whole error message and there's another potato with the same problem giving me answers in the Google. No, I know. That's usually what I do too, but this is such an obscure problem that nobody else is doing what I'm doing essentially, or not enough to have like a wide variety of search results on the internet. There's just nobody really talks about this technology because it's very specific to Bible stuff. And guess what? There's not that many people doing Bible stuff. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. Let's see. Like they literally, this code is trash. Entity references. Yeah, it doesn't really understand what I'm asking. Let me see, but how it decide the references, where is that document? It gives links, so it's pretty cool. Like, it's getting the information from this site right here. I mean, I guess I could look at that site, but... Yeah, I don't have ChatGPT, but I wouldn't be surprised if it would be a good way to go too. I don't know. Maybe that sounds really ignorant, like I don't have, you don't really, nobody has it, but I don't have a paid subscription to it, I guess is what I mean. Yeah, everything links to this page, which I can't understand. It's too much to look at. I should bookmark this page though, because it might have a bunch of useful information I could use at some point. The paid is insane, much better. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Most of my friends have it because most of my friends are actual programmers, like talented programmers. Like basically, if I asked my friends to help me with this project, they could solve the problem relatively quickly, but I know better than that. Like, when you actually care about your friend and they're a programmer, you don't ask favors because it's literally the most annoying thing on earth. Like, nobody wants to do a bunch of random projects for their other friends. It's like if you do that as your job all day, the last thing you want to do is some random favor for somebody that asks you something. It's just the way it is. Back when I was a developer, I didn't even really try... I didn't even tell most people that I was a web designer, because if you do, they're like, oh, can you make me a website? It's like, nope, I don't want to. I mean, it sounds really rude, but people don't realize that it takes many, many hours of work, and they don't really want to give you any money for it. So it's like, I do that all day at work, and I don't really want to do it in my spare time for free, you know. I tried it for 6 months straight. I know, I made so many hypermart pages for people back in the days. It's just like whenever somebody finds out what you do for a living, they just want you to, like, do it for them all the time. Every time I did, what do you call it, like freelance work, I hated it, because if you're working for a company, they know the value of your work and they know how to get you the information you're asking for, and everything goes smoothly. But if you're doing freelance work, it's just frustrating because most people don't know what they want. So you ask, like, okay, I'll make this site for you. What do you want this site to be about? And they're just like, make me a website. It's like, oh, I need more information than that. So yeah, I didn't like doing freelance. Yeah, it seems like everything links to this one. There's only like one site about this. There is a there is software for this, so I probably, that might be a different route I could go. Instead of trying to write the XML myself, I could look at this program and see if I can figure out how it works. I don't think it's very user-friendly though. The thing that's crazy to me is that there's not more people talking about this, because supposedly this XML format is what a lot of people use when they're translating the Bible from into some new language. This is kind of the de facto standard way to do it, I guess, or at least it's one of the ways to do it. But I don't hear anybody talking about it, and I know there's people all over the world trying to translate the Bible into new languages, but if they're using this, they're not talking about it. My old neighbor is a mechanic. I always just parked my car outside his garage and called him and told about how good it is to live close and what the problem with the car was, and I brought him a bottle of Jack Daniels and some money when I picked it up. That's cool. Yeah, some people are more gracious than others. Like, it's not that I don't want to be a good neighbor or care about people, but like some jobs are just like a burden. I guess if you really love what you do, then you take every chance you can get to do it in real life. But I never liked programming that much in web design. I guess with mechanic work, it's very cut and dry. Like, you can either fix something or you can't. But with artistic endeavors, it's like, make me a website. It's like you got to have a design, a color scheme, really good copyright, copy text on it, bunch of photos to make it interesting, and just super involved. It's a really creative process, and if you don't feel inspired, it just feels like a chore, and that's how it became for me. It just became a chore. I didn't enjoy it at all. He was a good guy and understood how important his few hours was for me. Yeah, that's cool. I actually had the same basic thing. I mean, so my best friend lives in a city that's quite a far away now because I moved into the middle of nowhere. And my car broke down last February, so about a year ago. And I wasn't able to drive for like 9 months. I couldn't get anywhere except riding my bike. And my best friend's dad became aware of my plight, and he offered to drive over and help me fix it. So we did that, and that was pretty awesome. Like, he just like paid for everything. Like, I owe him a lot of money now, and just don't have a job, so I can't pay him back for a long time. But it's just super nice. I'd be toast if he didn't do that. Let's see. I don't understand why I'm looking at the text here, not the source. Is there a way to look at the source code or something? Oh, okay. All right, let me see if I can open USFX files. So this code here with these little like slash codes, this is USFM. It's like the older version of the same language, and they can convert pretty evenly one-to-one from one to the other. So this USFM, you can run through a program and it'll output the XML form that I'm working with. But if this can open USFX files, then I might be actually in a better situation. I don't know what I'm looking at here. I mean, I guess I could use the USFM format. I like XML better because you can see where the end of something is. Like, for example, here is /C means chapter, so it's chapter 1. But there's no closing tag, so the only way to know when you've gotten to the next chapter is if you see another /C. And it's just not intuitive to me. But I guess I could learn how to use this language instead of the XML, and then I could probably use this program. I don't know. Let's see. Gotta get to bed, dude. Hope you find a solution. Ride on and brace out. All right, thanks, man. Thanks for chatting. I appreciate it. I'll see you around. Obviously, I know that you meant to say peace out, but I think it's more funny to actually read exactly what misspelled comments say. Okay. I don't think I have any texts. Basically, all I need is example codes. If I could find a Bible that has cross-references in it. Actually, now that I think of it, now that I said that out loud, I think the Berean Standard Bible has cross-references like this here. They're just not at the bottom. I will dream about you and where all the references are stored. Nice. Keep up the great work and thanks for all that you do. It's always inspiring to watch someone pursue something educational and meaningful. Out of here. Have a great weekend. Thanks. Thanks, man. Thanks for dropping by as well. I know what I'm doing is not very interesting, but it's always nice just to have a human on the other end to say a few things every once in a while. Break the streak of loneliness. Appreciate you dropping by. Okay, let's see. So, the problem, this is a cross-reference right here, so I could look at the code on this. The problem is it's not the type of cross-reference that goes to the bottom of the page, which is the kind that I need. We are not humans, we are paid Raspberry Pis, yeah. These days, I mean, it's going to get to that at some point where like half the people in chat on streaming platforms are going to be AI bots. That would be so annoying. Imagine just wasting your time talking to a computer program. It's like, oh man. It's already there, I'm sure. But I mean, I don't get a lot of it. Like, if it's there, then it's probably on the big channels or something like that. But yeah. Anyway. This is weird, like the code has this link in it. It doesn't show the code for that link. Maybe that link just automatically appears anytime you put, let's test it out. If I put, oops. Okay, so I can't edit this. I guess there's a way to edit it by changing something in the advanced tab, project settings. Yeah, and when people get paid by messages, then those bots are insane profitable for big streamers. And on top of that, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've seen those, but those aren't, the ones I've seen are like, what do you call them? Chat bots or whatever. They're written by programs and stuff, but they're not interactive. Like, you can't talk to them and think that you're talking to a real person. They just like put massive crap in your chat. So yeah, I don't know if the actual AI thing is there yet, but look like a full restaurant. Yeah, I haven't personally witnessed like somebody in chat that you can't tell if it's a real person and it's actually not or something. But yeah, technically it's possible. I just haven't seen it yet. Or if I have seen it, I wasn't aware of it. But yeah, I won't keep you if you're trying to go to bed. Okay, so let's see. Advanced. Happens as spams to invisible in small chats. I mean, like, just as an example, like, what if somebody wrote an AI chatbot that talked as well as you are right now? Like, we have this huge long conversation about some topic, and then I find out later that it's, like, not even a real person. That would be super annoying. I haven't seen that happen, but I'm sure it's not going to be very long before it happens. Because that can happen. Like, if you go to ChatGPT or something, you can have a big old conversation. And I need to analyze audio first. Oh, right, that's true. Yeah, I would have to be able to convert it to text and stuff. I'm sure it's possible, though, like, because all of those technologies already exist. I just don't know if anybody's strung them all together to make an interactive chatbot for streamers. I mean, not chatbot, but like an actual fake user. Let's see. I already forgot what that message says. Let me try that again. Project settings. Advanced. I don't see project settings. There's so many insane programmers out there. Yeah. Most programmers don't want to do dishonest things, though. I mean, hackers are pretty talented. They're also programmers, but like most reputable programmers wouldn't waste their time making something that's gonna...
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to...
Can understand how a web page is built. Gotcha, yeah. But I mean, to gain access to a database, that takes some skill. Change of folders will give you different results. So did you use like SQL injection or something? No security at all? Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of restrictions in this software because they don't want people messing with Bibles unless they are doing it intentionally. So I think I might not be able to edit this without getting permission or some weird thing. Got a link from a company of a pallet arriving at my house, and the link it was a hash. I just removed the hash and it was a main database. That's funny. That's crazy. I wouldn't even... I don't know anything about hacking. I never cared about that stuff, so I wouldn't have a clue. Even though I did web development, I wouldn't know how to hack into anything. Okay, maybe if I don't understand this. I don't get a folder structure, so I don't know how to open anything here. Let's see. Maybe I have to... It's so weird. also stole internet from my ISP for 2 years. Yeah, you're definitely more skilled than you pretend to be. I bet. I don't think, it doesn't seem like I can just open a file with this software. Like there's no document browser folder thing. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. It seems like it has built-in texts already, and I can open those, but I can't just open a file from my computer. It's a very weird program. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Back in the days, no eSecurity anywhere. While everyone had ISDN, I had 8 megabit. That's cool. Yeah, it seems like this program, I think you can ask for permission for higher privileges or permissions or something. If, like, I think basically this is just a viewer. I don't think I can change anything. And if I wanted to, I'd have to, like, contact the company and ask for a license or something. Possibly. This might do it here. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it works. I don't know. I just don't know. Doesn't matter though. I don't really need to edit this. I just wanted to test to see if it worked to add like another cross-reference. I don't think a reference is the same as a cross-reference, though. A reference appears to be an inline text, kind of like a link, essentially, like a anchor or internal document link, which is cool, but I need that same thing, but I need it to always drop to the bottom of the printed page, and I think that's a different kind of code, so that's probably more like a footnote or endnote rather than a reference. So maybe what I could do then, this is just a theory. So this is a footnote. Oh yeah, okay. I think I got it then. I think I have everything I need. I was going to bed, now I'm rolling another blunt, just opened a ginger beer, unplug my keyboard and let you get some work peace. Oh, no worries. I enjoy chatting, so it's not a big deal. Most of the time I have 0 people in chat, so it's been refreshing to have somebody to talk to, especially, you know, good old friend from DLive or whatever. But yeah, do what you want to do. Don't mind me. Okay, so I think this sample code actually has what I need. So we have the verse here, and then all I would need to do is just get rid of this and put I think this is it. I think this is exactly what I need actually. So then I just need to figure out what this format here is, which it looks pretty self-explanatory. Okay. So it looks like they're using the 3-letter code standard for the Bible reference, the book reference. And then it's just dot verse, dot chapter, dot verse. That's cool. So I think this is actually, I should have looked at this earlier. I think this is what I need. So I also need to create this kind of record in the database. So let me work on that for a bit, see if I can figure that out. Okay, so yeah, That'll be some work. First of all, I need to create those codes in my database because I don't think they're actually there. So in addition to this column, or no, actually in the book info, in addition to this abbreviation, I need to add the 3-letter iteration or whatever. So and I'm actually going to do that over in this dictionary because, yep, that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. Okay, 3-letter Bible book codes. Standard. Okay, so I think this is what I want. Let me copy this. I still don't understand where all the references are written. Are they in the Bible as footnotes? Yeah, so basically what I want is, let me show you since you're so interested that you're just trying to be kind. So let's see. So as an example, here's what I would have. So we got, say this is a page in my document. So let's go like this. So got new from clipboard. So what I want is okay, so I want text. Oops. What? How do I get a box frame? Okay. Basically, I want this kind of stuff. So I want this to be down at the bottom like this. So from Genesis 1:1 up here, there will be a little number like, oops. In the world. There will be like a little letter like this that just the reference thing, and then down at the bottom it'll be like that same, actually basically either a letter or probably just a symbol like a cross or something like that. Doesn't really matter. Who made all the references? There's just a database out there that I got access to, and they're all related. So like, for example, Genesis 1:1 says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And so there's like a million other verses in the Bible that relate to when God created everything. And so all of those verses that I have at the bottom there are related to the beginning of the creation. So if I'm reading the Bible and I want to find more information about a particular topic, that's what the cross-references are for. It's just to help you study, like if you're studying a particular topic or something. So basically, I would have something like this, you know, whatever the symbol is, it doesn't really matter. And then down, actually, I don't even need a symbol up here because I think every verse is going to have cross-references. So you would have that, and then you would have this. There's just no need for a symbol, actually. So basically, you would just have stuff like this at the bottom. And a pretty small font. Why is there such a huge space between those, by the way? Text, where's that? window text styles or something. Paragraph. There's probably a huge space leading or something. Okay. So yeah, this is what I would have at the bottom, something like this. But I need to do it programmatically so that a typical Bible has like 1,200 pages or something. And I think there's like 30,000 verses, so yeah, every page would have a bunch of these at the bottom. And there's really no Bible with linkable cross-references out there. Well, not in this version that I have, that I'm working with. I'm working with the open source, not open source, public domain text. This one here, it's called the Berean Standard Bible. That's what the BSB means right here. And it does not have cross-references included. So I'm going to print my own version of, or my own copy of this Bible. I could just print this PDF, but I want the cross-references on it. So, and it would be a monumental task to add all of them manually. So I need to, that's why I'm trying to write this script that will insert them at the bottom of every page automatically. It would be so yeah, there's like, it's like 2,000 pages long. Of course, mine won't be that many pages probably, because I'm going to try to compress the text into columns and get rid of some of the blank space. But still, it's going to be pretty big. So yeah, it's potentially a huge project, but I'm trying to write code so that it's not going to be like a manual. If it was manual, it would probably take me years, literally. But if I can figure out how to do it with code, then it obviously won't take that long. But yeah, this is essentially the result I'm going for, and I probably won't have them on separate lines. I might do something like have a vertical bar between each one so that they don't take up as much space. Something like that. The thing that's complicated is as there's more verses on the page, this gets bigger, which would take away from the space that is available for the text itself. And so you need a program that's smart enough to do all that stuff. Pop out CSS. Yeah, well, this is not going to be a web page. It's going to be a printed thing. I'm literally going to print this on paper with my printer. So I can't do any... I mean, if I had a Harry Potter book that you like click on it or something and a pop-out appears in 3D, that'd be fine. But since we're dealing with paper, I can't do it that way. But yeah, I'm going to print, once I get the text formatted how I want, I'm going to physically print it on paper, and then I will sew it and bind it and glue it and all that stuff into an actual physical book. Okay, where's my layers? Anyway, I'm going overboard on this little example, but so as there's more of these, like say these are all unique. This will take up more space on the page, and so there's less room for the text above it. So at some point it'll reach an equilibrium where the amount of notes down here is the same amount that the verses referenced on the same page, blah, 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 blah. Kind of a concept. Ideally, there's not going to be this many notes on every page. There's only, like currently, because I put all that there, there's only 10 verses, so there wouldn't be that many notes, but generally that's the idea though. Like, there will be as many notes down here as there are verses showing on the page, so yeah, that's the basic idea. The other option is I can format it in a variety of different ways. I could have the notes over here on the right hand side or in the middle kind of a thing, so I could have this like that, for example. I haven't decided how I'll format it, but there's options. But I could have it something like this. Do-do-do-do-do. Like that, whatever. If there's all those references in the Bible, I'm too late to understand it. Yeah, I was wondering your reason, but now I understand more. Yeah, basically, if you're a Christian or you're a religious person, like, this is not something that you would understand, because you don't care about it. But if you're a Christian, like, Bible is like spiritual food for you, so you don't just read it once, you like read it all your whole life long and study it more and more, because it gives you encouragement, life, and just all sorts of spiritual benefits. So most people who are in the church and are kind of serious about their faith, they don't just read the Bible once, they read it like all the time. So in a way to get more out of it is to like just study it to how each verse relates to each other and all the concepts, everything. Anyway, it's like a personal Bible walkthrough cheat. Yeah. It also helps, like, if people are asking you a bunch of questions. Like, some people are into what's called apologetics. That just means, like, defense of the faith, like how to explain things and stuff. I don't do that at all. I'm not good at that. But if you're into that stuff, you kind of need to study the Bible, like, really in depth. Like, if you're into, like, debating with Muslims or something like that, then you would need to know the Bible really well, because they're gonna like come up to you and say, how come the Bible says this, or the Bible doesn't say anything about X, Y, and Z. And so if you know it really well, you could answer those kind of questions and stuff. But homemade paper, it all makes sense too. Cheers. Yeah. Anyway. And actually, a lot of Bibles have this stuff in them. Like, so just as an example, I think this Bible here, I won't be able to show this necessarily because of my, actually, maybe I can. Let me see, just chatting. What does my just chatting page look like? Ooh, where's my mouse cursor? There it is. So yeah, this one has like, this stuff in the middle here is the cross references that I'm trying to add. But this version of the Bible is one that I can't use on stream because it's copywritten, so I can't read from this one. So the whole reason I'm doing this is to be able to have a printed Bible that I can read without worrying about copyright stuff. But anyway. I could probably also talk to the publisher and see if they could add this for me or something, or see if they'd be interested in adding this to their Bible. But it's like one of those things, they might say, oh yeah, that's a good idea. We'll add that to our to-do list, and it would be like 6 years later that they decide to do something about it. Kind of like the standard, DLive thing, like you ask them to add some feature and they say, oh yeah, that's a great idea, and then you never hear back about it. I actually don't mind the two columns personally. Like, for me, if there's a lot of text, it's hard to remember which line I'm on. Like, if I'm reading, across the page and then I wrap to the next line, I'm like, have to like sometimes look back and forth. But if there's columns, then there's less to go. I mean, you're going back and forth more often, but I feel like your eyes can track where you were more easily if there's not such a long line of text. So I don't personally mind having two columns, but I understand what you're saying. It looks more beautiful with one column, arguably. But for me, if I'm reading like a large amount of text, it's easier with smaller columns. They started a crypto stream platform, and I don't trust they can deliver that. What is it? Are you talking about DLive or some new platform? There's actually a bunch of new platforms. Like, I'm on about 12 platforms right now. Bolt Plus is one that's based on crypto. I don't know if you've checked that out, but it's another small platform. I'm on there currently, but there's like hardly anybody on the platform, so anyway. Another one was Xenon.xyz, but they died like last year. I was on there too, and they were crypto based, but they didn't survive. Okay. Yeah, but I think this actually is what I need. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the adding the 3-letter stuff. We gotta trust that Justin Sun saves the day and gives us proper social streaming platform in the end. Oh man, that's funny to actually hear Justin Sun's name, because he's so detached from the project that he literally doesn't even care. I haven't even heard anything about him in ages. I don't even know if he's still around or what. But yeah, I have zero hope whatsoever in anything that he does. Suncoin is up 300 last week. Nice. I don't trust him though. I feel like he's just, whatever he's doing, he's just working the system for his own gain. I don't think he cares about anybody else except himself. So if you happen to like profit based on things he's doing, it's just lucky, because he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't care that anyone else profits. He's just rigging the system for his own purposes. I got one advice: this bull run, follow the scammers. Yeah, I mean, that's probably true to some degree. It's kind of like the people who invest in the same stocks as the US politicians do, because they have insider information, so it's kind of like cheating the system kind of a thing. I don't have any money to invest in anything, so I don't do any of that stuff. But okay, let's add these records. I'm just going to add these manually because there's only 66 of them. Key abbreviations, so I'll add this as a 3. So let's insert Jen. Actually, no, that's not efficient. Let me see. I don't even remember the basic SQL insert statement. Need to look into the candy bag about coding crypto. You only need to do it once. I don't know. I literally don't care about. Basically, I probably care less about crypto than you care about the Bible. If that tells you anything. Let's see. MySQL insert statement. Just can't remember any of this stuff. It's been so long since I've done anything. Okay, so insert into. Okay. Insert into. Key abbreviations English. Fully understand. I'm asking for a peace deal between the devil, me, and God. Shut up and smoke. Okay, so let's try this. So we do H. I'm gonna use a little bit of a little bit of regular expression stuff here, hopefully. There we go. We finished chatting now. Wow, we did all go back to coding screen. Yep, we finished all the chats. Everything has been said. Let's see. Why does that look like garbage? Those headings are like all weird. Oh, because they have notes. Okay. Never mind. B, so B is, oh man. Let me do that better. So what I need is column. Oh, that sucks. Column. So A, B, P. ABP. Values. So A is the 3-letter code, B is what? Book name, book number. Okay. All right, so that should be something. So let's do Control H. Sure. This is major. This is major. Time to ground control. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I switched to the other scene. Not that anybody cares at all, literally. Seriously, nobody gives a rip. Coding scene, I'm the most picky viewer ever. We finished chatting now. I totally didn't read all that. Sorry. It's hilarious. Thank you. See, if you weren't here, I would have literally stayed that way for the rest of the stream. How did I miss all of that? Go back to coding stream. Coding screen. I'm brain dead. Sorry. Okay. Wait a minute. That's not right. Love how you tried to make that fit in the song. You actually picked a song that I know, which is a miracle because I don't really care about music. The riddles are amazing, yes. Okay, there we go. Wait, what? Values. Okay, I missed the parentheses apparently. Because parentheses have to be escaped. Okay, that's why. That didn't work. Yeah. Let's see. Man, my eyesight is terrible. I can't even read this text on my screen. It's too small. Ah. I hate regular expressions sometimes. Okay, if I do... Oh, why do I have EXO up here? That's what the problem is. Turn... Extended. Okay, let's try this again. RN. Let's get rid of the escapes. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, 1. Okay. Yeah, we're getting close. What? Why doesn't that work? There would be there's probably a regular expression for this. Let me see if I can figure it out. I think that's a tab, which is a benefit. So if I do regular expression /t dot question mark /r/n. Let's replace that with comma. Okay, in theory that might work. I don't know why Genesis is messed up. So I need a quote or a thing, apostrophe. Messed it up, but let me see if I can salvage this. So we got Genesis and a 1 and then 3. No, I actually did it right. These two are messed up. Okay, this should do it, I think. Except I have to make all those ones be sequential, but that won't take very long. This is a nice song. Dual Orb 2 Chandler's theme. Let me pause that so I can write that down. I like to keep a list of nice songs. So Dual Orb 2 Chandler's theme. SNES. One of my best friends lives in Finland, and I send her random video game songs sometimes, so anything that I kind of like. Okay. There would have been some fancy programmatic way to do this all automated, but I'm doing sort of a hybrid approach of using regular expressions to get my statements. There, I could have, like, actually there's probably a very much easier way I could have done this, but oh well. Hey, Vampire Frog, I was just talking about you earlier. This is N-Boss Terror music. It's Magic Sword for Super Nintendo. That's what it is. Yeah, I was telling Wolves Gone Camping here that you are an actual programmer. I'm just more of a hacker. I mean not hacker, but like I don't really know what I'm doing. You can Excel for that kind of stuff, and Sublime Text has multiple cursor import. Yeah, I know. Since it's a kind of a small data set, I just decided to do it manually. But yeah, I do often use Excel. I do that a lot, actually. I didn't even think of that this time, though. But since it's not that much to go, I'll just finish it up this way. But yeah, that would have definitely been the way to do it. Ignorant keyboard, warrior, that's flow, nothing to see here. Yeah, exactly. Okay. This should work in theory. Nice border effect. Oh, thanks. Okay, let's try it. Hopefully I did that right. Looks right. One row affected? What? That doesn't make any sense. No, they're all there. I don't know why it said one row affected. Everything's there. It worked. Yay. Okay. So now that those are in there, I can pull them in and do the XML stuff. So this is the format I need. I'm gonna go hang out with me, man, and then go do some work. See you around. Alright, thanks for dropping by. Good to see you. so now I need to write another query that produces XML instead of this stuff. But this will give me a start. So instead of that, I need don't know about quotes. I think it's like a backslash or something, how to escape them. But if I have, if it's anything like other languages, I might be able to just use single quotes to wrap it, but I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've done this junk. Let's see. Let's just see what this does, just as a test. Because I don't know. Okay, so that works. Cool. Alright, so then I need to get the 3-letter code, which, so I have to change the statement to be way more complicated. I have to join some other tables. So let's do left join. Key abbreviations. This is going to be a pain. So key abbreviations, book ID. Okay, so I need book ID. This stuff makes my brain hurt. Ugh. Let's see. I think this will have an error or something. I just want to see where I'm at. Let's test it. Yeah. Okay, unknown column BC VID in on clause. Okay, that makes sense. That's actually working still. Wow. It took like 4.4 seconds though. Doesn't matter though, because I'm not writing a web app that needs to be efficient. I'm just doing an actual task essentially. So let's see. AE and I want A. Three-letter abbreviation, 3L letter abbreviation, let's call it that. I don't remember if it limits you to not start things with numbers. Might have to not start with a number, but we'll try it. Let's see what that does. Sweet, it worked. Okay, so target equals target isn't right, I don't think. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So the target is that dot chapter then verse. So I need chapter and verse here. Cross references. Okay, so I need to pull it. Chapter and verse out of there. Probably did something wrong, but let's just test it out. It's always easier to read the error messages than figure out what I'm doing. Unknown column BC. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, got the references in there, which is pretty sweet. Oh wait, but that's not the right... It should be the same as the Hebrews 11.3, not the Genesis 1.1, so I'm pulling from the wrong spot. So, that's a problem. That's annoying. How do I do that? cr.vid. It's not what I need then. I need cr.sv. The problem with this is that this is not the right thing. Oh, that's a pain. I don't even know how to do that. I have to do a subquery inside of that to get that 3-letter code for that junk. I think I do, which is gonna suck. It's still gonna have Genesis instead of Hebrews, but at least I got the chapter and verse right, I think. Yeah, so it's got 11.3, but I need this to be Hebrews, not Genesis, and Jeremiah, and so on. Getting closer, though. Definitely making progress. So we almost have the XML that we need, like I'm pretty close. I just need to figure out how to get these the correct thing. Correct verse. I mean book. Actually don't know how to do that. Oh man, that could be like a really nasty query that takes forever. There's probably some way to do this a lot more efficiently, but I'm not an SQL expert. Okay, let's get the closing tag in there though, since I should be able to do that. So after the reference, we need a closing tag. I mean, not a closing tag, but closing bracket, whatever you want to call it. I hate it when the Alt tab just doesn't work. It's stupid. Okay, so this just needs to be replaced with that.
Ow!
My friends are gonna watch Dune 2. I haven't even seen the first one, but they live far away, so I can't join them anyway, but okay. So we got the reference, and then what's after the reference? Ref, I got that, and then slash ref. I think this is gonna work though. Overall, let's see. Probably end the stream pretty soon because I need to like eat something and then do something else. I don't like to do this for too crazy long. Let's see. There's a semicolon there. Probably because I put it there. So yeah, I just need to do the join or whatever subquery thing to get the correct book name, and then I've pretty much got this, which is cool. At least I'm getting really close. So that's a fully formed USFX tag that I can use. I'll have to do some complicated junk to get the other like tags like this junk. It'll be a little bit tricky to get all this stuff on the front and then this on the end, but I'll figure it out. Actually, no, it won't be that big of a deal. I don't know what this plus thing is. Maybe that's just like a... I don't know if it'll actually insert a plus symbol in the text, or if that's just like some internal code thing that means like use the next incremented number or something like that. I'll have to do some experiments to figure out what that means because I have no idea. All right, so let's add all this stuff to the beginning. Shouldn't be a problem. And then we got, what else do we got there? After the FR, we have the chapter and verse. Okay. Let's just make it very clear what I'm doing here at destination. Probably messed something up. Let's try this, see what it does. Ooh, that's a lot of junk to look at. I think it's mostly right. Not all of it. Like the... What's 1, 3? I have a ways to go, but it's getting close. It's encouraging that I'm making some progress here. It's still a ways away, but getting somewhere. Alright, yeah, I think I'll end the stream for now, and I might do another Bible reading stream or something later. I might not, though. Because I got up pretty early today, so I'll probably go to bed early to make sense out of that schedule, so... Anyway, thanks for joining me. I know it's not very interesting, but that's the way it goes. I'm not a very interesting person. And I'm okay with that. So, I will see you all next time.